What is up, everybody? You know what's up? My Schmoedown reaction for John Humphrey versus Janine the Machine. That's what's up. It's already up on my channel. You can check it out right now. But right now, this is not the focus of this video. The focus of this video is Mollie Damon versus Andrew Dimalanta in the Star Wars Schmoedown tournament on Twitch. I have no idea who's going to win this. I mean, I said in my spoiler alert, I said in my Schmoedown reaction to Machine versus Mad Hatter, I said Janine was going to win. The results you probably already know by now, so I'm not going to take any sides this time around. Dimalanta's been playing like a champion, especially if you've seen his previous match with Scrimshaw, where they both had a perfect match going into a sudden death, and Dimalanta won by a challenge. So it's not like Scrimshaw didn't know the answer, he just wrote, or rather, he said the answer the incorrect way, which got Dimalanta the point, which was totally fair, by the way. And Mollie Damon, she's the wife of the Star Wars champion, so I don't even know what to tell you guys. And she's been playing lights out in this tournament so far. And, well, I want to say I gotta put my money on Dimalanta just because of how he played his last match. But again, I don't want to take any sides in this conflict. I just want to watch the match and see who wins. And whoever wins, I'll be perfectly okay with it. Yeah. I will say, though, I kind of hope that Mollie Damon wins, just because I kind of want to see Mollie Damon versus Alex Damon at some point down the road, and I also will kind of want the usual suspects to kind of bump up their numbers in the charts and whatnot. So that's all I have to say for now. Let's watch the match and see which one is going to win.
Somebody's got to take down Damon. It may not be me, it may not be Andrew, but it's got to be somebody, and I'm excited to try. Hopefully we're the first of the new generation of Star Wars competitors, first of many.
Looking good. Looking very good. Cabrera and Kelly and Dimalanta and Damon. That sounds very good.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Star Wars Movie Trivia Schmoedown Tournament Spectacular. I'm Mark. That's Mollie, not the one competing. And over there is Christian George Harloff. Christian, live sports like baseball and basketball decided to come back, and I guess they're taking our cue because we keep rolling strong live on Twitch.
We keep rolling strong, and this tournament, Mark, has been rolling strong. The Star Wars division, I just saw a comment in the live chat right now. If you're watching here live, you've been highlighting a lot of the comments, and what a great comment it was. This is the best that the Star Wars division has ever been, and I have to agree. We've had some great matches so far. The competitors have stepped up, and we are in the semifinals. This is the first match of the semifinals. Mark, look at this side of the bracket already of what we have so far with these matches. Of course, today we're going to see Magic Mollie Damon versus the Hunter, Andrew Dimalanta, Usual Suspects versus the Finstock Exchange. And on the other side, next week, Laura Kelly, Lights Out, will face Andres Ace Cabrera. And there's been some surprises, Mark. There's been a lot of passion inside of this. And, man, knowledge. I mean, shoot, everyone who's competed so far, it's just been a hell of a tournament.
Oh, yeah, they're better at answering the questions than we are, and we have the answers in front of us. Now, Christian, you know that I get nervous when you read live comments. You should not be doing that, but if you are live commenting right here on Twitch, thank you all for all the support that we've gotten, just not on these matches, but in the Schmoedown in general, and a huge shout-out to Jenny Lawson78 and JMA80 for all their gifting of subs. Twitch Prime, join it right now. You might already be able to do a free month if you have Amazon Prime. Whole lot of cool added benefits. And Christian, when you look at the context of this match in particular, you have two people who I think maybe weren't getting the star that they think they deserve. They felt overshadowed in some way or another. But here in this tournament, like you alluded to, they have shown what their true destiny is. One of them could be winning a championship.
Look, you're absolutely right, because if you rewind to Star Wars Celebration last year, we saw both Mollie Damon and Andrew Dimalanta debut in the same match with Laura Kelly, and we found 3 new Star Wars stars inside of that, and they all had the same thing. They, including Mollie Damon, who's married to the Star Wars champion. They all wanted to take the belt from this guy, but Andrew Dimalanta. And I said this today, there's a thing that Andrew Dimalanta has right now. They call him the hunter for a reason. He's hunting for that championship. He is hungry. I've seen it before in Smets and in Rachel Cushing and in Bateman. I've seen that look before. He seems to have that eye of the tiger right now, but Mollie Damon just knows so much. I don't know, Mark. There's so much that I just see this match. This could be another sudden death. You look at what happened with Dimalanta and Scrimshaw in that match, sudden death. That could happen again today.
It's just so many wires being crossed in my head right now, Christian. I mean, you hear Mollie Damon, I think Matt Damon, Goodwill Hunting. You think hunting, I think Andrew Dimalanta. Hunting season, is it open or is Mollie Damon about to close it? That's a Van Damme reference. Those questions will not be asked today. It's more a galaxy far, far away. But, Christian, it is not just a matchup of wills, of knowledge, of know-how. When it comes to these competitors, there's also some managerial and faction shaken up that could be happening today.
Well, yeah, so the current standings as we have them today, you will see the Finstock Exchange is leading the charge. They have, I think, 22 points at the moment.
Yeah.
It's my favorite number.
There is the standings at the moment. The Finstock Exchange with 22 points and Swag in second place with 16. Obviously, you have Andres Cabrera, who's going to be competing next week to try to build on that lead. But the usual suspects quietly trying to climb out of the lower tier there. And Sam Levine has been making moves. Sam Levine went and made sure he traded Ken Knapsack. Seems to be the right choice. Ken looked a little shaky last week, lost the match, and Mollie Damon won her match. So it seemed like Sam's making the right move. So Sam with a big win here, 3 points gets him in fourth place. And even with Naka gets him into fourth place, and that's a big win here if they can do it. And it stops the bleeding of the exchange continuing to rack up points as you see them with a big 6-point lead right now over Swag.
Yeah, and Christian, I got to think even for factions like the Burning Droogs or the Quirky Mercs or the Rockstars, as much as they may not want to see another faction leapfrog them, I think everybody else is rooting against the Finstock Exchange, because any more points in the Finstock Exchange, they could just really start to run away with this thing like a juiced-up bicyclist winning the Tour de France. If not, then there is still competition left, at least getting to that fourth and maybe even third or second slot in the standings.
Yeah, and another way that they'll be able to win some more points, if you didn't know already, over on YouTube, we've already started airing the Inner Geekdom Tournament. Few matches are going to be airing, and if you're a patron, you'll get this match. Eric Zipper and Emily the Rose Jacobson. That's already up for patrons right now. If you join patreon.com/Schmoedown, you can get that match today. And then on Friday, look at this big matchup. The rematch, but this time it's in the Inner Geekdom. Former singles champion, primetime Paul Oyama goes up against former friend and newfound rival, the Cobra, Chance Ellison. So the corruption really making a play here. And speaking of Patreon, today, if you want to be with the winners in the group at the very end and ask some questions, video questions, you can. All $10 patrons can have an opportunity to get the StreamYard link and come in and ask the winner and the winning manager a question. But
yeah, it's been so much fun, Christian, getting to interact with the fans, and they chime in. Fans come in, they ask great questions, and then they take off to allow for another fan. It's just a really well-oiled machine here on Twitch. I don't know why we didn't discover this gold before, but we're here now. I don't know if she's ready. I'm ready, and you're ready. I think it's about time to get this baby on the road.
I am ready. I want to see how we got here today because there's a lot of story between these two. Here we go.
That 0-2 record, I've said it before, does not represent me and my Star Wars knowledge. So I'm ready to get it going today.
What did Darth Vader say the only thing that could destroy him was?
Luke's hatred.
And Joseph?
Luke.
That is correct. 1 point apiece.
Yeah, I would like to challenge that.
And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew the Hunter Dimalanta. Do you have a preference on who you play?
You've asked me this before. I don't care.
Mollie Damon.
Now she's tasted the victory, Christian. She knows how sweet it is.
I've got that win under my belt, so now I'm like, okay, now I really want this.
There's been talk of the Dimalanta Damon match for a while, but now it is Dimalanta Mollie Damon.
Not the Damon I was looking for, but if I have to go through a Damon to get to Alex Damon, then so be it. I have nothing but respect for you, Mollie. We faced each other in Chicago at Celebration, and you did very well. If this were any other Star Wars match, I'd probably be rooting for you. But this is my time.
I know how bad Dimalanta wants to win this thing. We all know how bad he wants to win. It's all he talks about.
Are you guys listening? The passion and the hunger is still here. I am not done with what I'm doing.
You saw what he did to Joseph Scrimshaw.
So he had a perfect game against Scrimshaw. If he wants to keep winning based on technicalities, I don't think that's going to work out.
She's already gotten over the first round, and now she is ready to make her stamp in the Star Wars division.
Both of us go perfect. I mean, we'll go all night if we have to.
Because when I'm done here, I'll be one step closer to taking that belt out of the background of all the Star Wars Explained videos and having it front and center for Beyond the Schmoedown.
Dimalanta keeps saying he wants to play Damon for the belt. He's got to go through me first.
I'm going to go to the final. I'm going to meet Alex, and that is the ultimate goal.
Let's continue the hunt.
Tell you, I love that little tag there by Andrew Dimalanta. Let's continue the hunt. Well, continuing the hunt is going to happen, and man, what an absolute battle we're about to have here between the usual suspects and the Finstock Exchange. Let's talk to both managers here. The manager of the usual suspects, Schmoedown legend, former commissioner, and former teams champion and singles champion, first person to ever be double belted and defend the belts. He's a Hall of Famer. We know this. Enough praising to this guy, but he deserves it. It is Sam Levine, the Inglorious One. Hello, Sam. How you doing?
I'm wonderful, Christian. Thank you yet again for a very sweet intro. I don't deserve them.
Oh, you should. Someone who I don't like to intro because I never know what he's going to say, and it will probably get us yanked off the air. So here he is. He is the manager of the Finstock Exchange. He goes by many names. Today I call him Imbecile. He is Bobby Gucci. Hello, Bobby Gucci. How are you?
Hey, guys. I just got back from a 46-mile bike ride to the Gucci store in Rodeo, and then just got back now for the match. Feeling good about myself. Feeling good about our chances here.
Well, I mean, you should. I mean, when you look at what the Finstock Exchange has done, and look, even Sam Levine has been on backstage talking about how you guys had been loaded from the top and the points that you have gotten. But, Sam, you have to also give credit that the fact that a lot of the points that they have from this faction comes from people that he drafted and not the people that necessarily the Dan Merles and the Rokas and
Sure.
and those who haven't played. So do you give Gucci any credit for being a good manager?
You know, even a broken clock is right twice a day, Christian. I don't know what to tell you.
That's fair. How are you feeling today about your chances with Dimalanta and Mollie?
I feel so good. Mollie and I have been in constant contact since our last match. I know what she's been working on. I am so proud of her. I am so impressed every time we talk, and she catches me up on what's been going on the studying end. I'm blown away by her commitment. to knowledge in the Star Wars universe, and I am so confident, and I feel so good about her in this match.
Sam, what's the last thing that you tell somebody like Mollie Damon? Because we see a lot of Schmoedown competitors really get hyped up before a match, but she always seems cool, calm, collected, normal, heart rate, the pulse is not going off the charts. So do you tell her anything to try to hype her up, or is it just, hey, you know how to play this game, do your thing?
Yeah, it's more of that. I just say, hey, have fun. You know, it's going to be fun. You know so much about this. And enjoy yourself. Enjoy flexing your Star Wars trivia knowledge. So, yeah, I think that's the key.
Gooch, so
Yes.
look, man, you guys 6-point lead right now, sitting pretty on top at first. There was a couple of people chasing you, but because of the wins from Barbarian and Dimalanta, you guys have been moving up and continuing to do that. You've been in first since the beginning of the year here. Does Mollie Damon, because of what she knows, she's the Star Wars champion's wife, but you see what she did last week in that match or 2 weeks ago against Adam Witt. There's got to be a little bit of nervousness here going into this match.
Well, let me tell you something here. Look, Sam Levine, I played Sam Levine twice in real life.
And lost.
He beat me in a free-for-all, and he beat me in a number one contender match. He's beat me as a manager, but as a player. But that was his time. He was far superior than me in that realm. But now he's entered my universe. This is a different story. This is where I'm superior. That's what I'm saying.
Tom, I want to hear you say something about this. Last match that you had in the world of Star Wars, challenges played a huge role. So from that time to now, have you done any studying? Have you done any prep in the world of a galaxy far, far away? Because a manager might need to know what to challenge and what not to challenge.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, you just look at your player's face and his expressions. And that's exactly what I understood from Andrew. Once Scrimshaw gave that answer, he was like, you saw it in his face.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. And once that happened, boom, I press the button. We get there. We take the win. Look.
Okay, so I'm hearing you did not watch any Star Wars movies.
No. I've watched a lot. But look, the Finstock Exchange, we cultivate an aura of mystery. We cultivate an aura of intrigue. But most of all, we cultivate an aura of winning.
All right.
Christian, he didn't watch any Star Wars movies.
No, not one.
Yeah, I've been watching plenty of them.
Is that true?
That is true.
You know what? If you're making if Rachel's becoming a baseball fan, then I believe that you're becoming a Star Wars fan. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to drop both of you guys out of here. Good luck, gentlemen. And we're about to begin here. So let's remove both of these characters. Mark, it's set up. We're pretty ready. How about you?
The manager seemed hyped up. I know Dimalanta's ready to go hunting. One Mollie's been fed and is taking a nap. The other one is hungry and looking for a big win here today. Let's get it on.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. Introducing first. Representing the usual suspects. With a record of 1 win, 2 defeats in the Star Wars division. She is Magic Mollie Damon. Mollie Damon, what an entrance. That's impressive. That's impressive to do on digital. Mollie, this is a big match. As you said in your promo there, that you know how much Dimalanta wants it. You guys have had conversations before about how much he wants it. Is it going up against someone like Andrew Dimalanta? How do you approach it, knowing of how bad he wants it right now? Do you let that get in your head, or you just say, look, I'm just going to play my game the way I'm going to play it?
No, I know we both know a ton about Star Wars, and him having that perfect game, that doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I live with the current champion. I hear him spout off about how much he knows all the time. So I'm used to it.
Mollie, I know you're probably used to all the Star Wars trivia going back and forth, but preparing for a match like this, I asked your manager about your cool, calm, collected nature. Is there any sort of superstition, any sort of maybe good luck trinket that you have nearby that kind of helps you get through those tough moments?
I did, in my last game, I was wearing a really old pair of sweatpants, and I'm wearing them again. So I guess if I keep winning and we have a live event, I'm going to be in some ratty sweatpants.
Well,
Makes two of us.
Yeah, a correction on my end. Mollie is 1-1. Mollie is 1 win and 1 defeat, not 1.
Damn it, Christian!
My apologies.
This is live.
1-1. 1-1. All right, Mollie. So we're going to set you in the waiting room here as we wait for your opponent. And her opponent. Representing the Finstock Exchange, with a record of 1 win and 2 defeats in the Star Wars division. He is Andrew the Hunter Dimalanta! Andrew Dimalanta, the Hunter. Let's get ready to hunt. Let's continue. He said, Andrew, look, man, I know how hungry you've been. I know how excited you've been for this. You finally get a Damon. And this is the first step, as you said, in your promo. You know, this is not maybe the Damon you were looking for originally, but she has certainly proved herself as knowledgeable with a great win. How are you feeling going into this match against Mollie?
I'm feeling great. Did the same kind of preparation as I've always been, and I've been looking forward to facing at least some kind of Damon in this tournament. But yeah, I like my odds, and I like how I'm feeling.
You know, Andrew, as I look at your focus in your eyes, and then I also glance at the chat, I see a lot of people are here for the first time. Welcome, newcomers. This is Star Wars. If you, Andrew, were to introduce yourself based on your mentality going into this match, what Star Wars character would you compare yourself to?
That's an excellent question. I think my intensity would be probably Kylo Ren at this point, just because I'm so determined to do what needs to be done and what I think needs to be done. But yeah, that's an excellent question. So right now, probably mentality, probably Kylo Ren. No,
right now, this is Twitch, so we just can't have you pull a Kylo Ren and take your shirt off like Last Jedi. But other than that, I get the comparison.
The other thing I was going to ask you, Andrew, before we start the match here, too, is that like you said last week that the monkey was kind of off your back because you finally got that victory inside of the division. There is still a lot of pressure, obviously, no matter anybody who competes, because you want to try to keep your faction in it. You guys are in first now by 6 points. Is there something there also besides just the win to make it to the finals? Is there something also an added pressure of, look, if I win here today, you have almost potentially a 10-point, almost a 10-point lead here. How are you feeling about the pressure being on the Finstock Exchange? Does it help motivate you? What's the thought process?
I mean, exactly that. Any kind of pressure has always motivated me, not in just the Schmoedown, but in like other sports that I've competed in over my life. But right now, I'm not really focused on making points. Right now, just focused on what I've been doing to prepare for this match and what I can do to win this match.
All right. Well, thank you to Andrew Dimalanta. We're going to bring in both Mollie and Andrew. Here we go, Mark. It is the Schmoedown semifinals. First match of the semifinals. Andrew the Hunter Dimalanta against Mollie, Magic Mollie Damon. How do the rules of round number 1 go?
Time to shine one more time. The rules of round number 1 are as follows. 10 questions in the world of the Star Wars galaxy. In round number 1, each question's worth 1 point. No penalty for missing a question, and there is no stealing in round number 1, although there might be some in subsequent rounds. I'll remind each competitor you have 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. If you're not sure you heard a question right, you want to buy yourself another 15 seconds to get that answer, use the JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to be initiated by you, but must be confirmed and ratified by your manager in order to go through. Once we ask you a question, you have 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer. Once we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please show what you wrote to your camera at the same time you verbalize your answer into ye microphone. All right, Christian, I think the rules are great as they always are. I'm ready to go. The competitors are clearly focused. It all comes down to you, Harloff. You ready to go?
Andrew, are you ready?
Ready.
Molly, are you ready?
Let's do this.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown. First round number one, question number one. Here we go. In Revenge of the Sith.
My favorite.
In Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan says that only a Sith deals in what?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Christian, at this point, we should remind everybody
Third time in a
participating in
row
the chat. We
that Revenge
love
of the
your
Sith
comments,
was the
but
first
don't try to
category
answer the
we went
questions.
on.
You're going to have to kick you out if you can answer them in your head.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Andrew.
Absolute.
Yes. Molly.
Absolutes.
Yes, that is correct. All right. So let us now get to question number 2, Mark.
We move to The Force Awakens, Episode 7, and your question. At the end of The Force Awakens, besides R2-D2, who travels to Octo the Island with Rey to find Luke?
Chewie.
It's not Ralph Biscuits.
Oh, I thought you were going to correct my... Is it Octo or Atch?
Octu.
They should have put another O.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Molly.
Chewbacca.
Yes. Andrew.
Chewy.
There we go. Okay. Question number 3. The Empire Strikes Back. Who is C-3PO talking to when he says, I'm standing here in pieces and you're having delusions of grandeur?
Excited about the baseball, Christian, coming back?
I am.
60-game season?
Yeah, I'm excited about it. We'll see a rhythm. Maybe a rhythm.
Maybe we go to a game?
What's that?
Maybe we go to a game?
Sure, I'll go with you. We went to before Angels 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and Andrew.
R2-D2.
Yes, Molly.
R2-D2.
3, 3. 3, 3. All right, next question, Mark.
That's right. The match starting off the way we thought it would. Your next category, kids, is the Clone Wars. On what planet does the film's opening battle take place?
Christophsis.
And I am joined by a planet who is actually canon in Star Wars right over there. Over there.
Yeah, all right.
You ever remind your kids of that?
5, yes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, Molly.
Christophsis.
Yes, and Andrew.
Christophsis.
Yes. Okay. 4, 4. Back and forth we go. Here is question number 5. Rogue One. What was Galen Erso's nickname for Jin?
Stardust.
Good question. I thought you were going to say what was his nickname in high school.
Got to give props to the writing team, PJ Campbell and crew. I watched this and thought of this question, and they had written it. 5, 4,
It's a great
3,
question.
2, 1. Pens down, and Andrew.
Stardust.
It is. Molly.
Stardust.
5, 5. Tie game midway through here, Mark. Next question.
All right. Your next question is in the best Star Wars movie ever created, Return of the Jedi. And your question is simple. Who directed Return of the Jedi? You know, you see in that poster, Dimalanta's got Revenge of the Jedi, that hint of it. I know it's not what a Jedi does. It's a pretty cool name.
5, 4,
I'm going to go with
3,
Irvin Kershner.
2, 1. Pens down, please. Molly.
Richard Marquand.
Yes. Andrew.
Richard Marquand.
Irvin Kershner was
Yes.
with
Okay.
Empire
So
Strikes
now
Back.
we see ourselves with a 6-6 game as we get to our next question. The Rise of Skywalker. The Rise of Skywalker, episode
Oh, he
9.
woke up.
In The Rise of Skywalker, who says, we had each other. That's how we won.
That your most recent
Lando.
Star Wars watch, Christian? I think it is for me.
Lando!
Now, Rogue One.
Oh, yeah, you did see Rogue, yeah. Did you text the writers? That question?
No, 4. I was going to. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Andrew.
Lando.
Yes. And Molly.
Lando.
Wow,
And,
7-7. 7-7. Exactly what we thought this could be, Mark, as we get to our next question, question number 8.
That's right, and I guess we've made it far enough along in the match to let everybody know if each competitor gets another 3 correct questions, you get a bonus round question. It's also worth a point, but we'll get there when we get there. Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, is your next category. What is the name of the club that Anakin and Obi-Wan eventually disarm Zam Wesell in?
Wow. That's a question.
That's right.
No idea.
Nightclubs have names in Star Wars.
Of course they do.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Molly.
The Outlander Club.
Yes.
The Outlander Club.
Here you go. So 8-8.
Wow.
Next question. Question number 9. This is from Solo, A Star Wars Story. After being expelled from the flight academy, we find Han is now a mud trooper caught in a battle on what planet?
A mud trooper can mean a lot of things, Christian.
Mimban?
Kid show.
A lot of things.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Andrew.
Mimban.
And Molly.
Mimban.
Yes. Okay. Next question we have, Mark. Number 10. If both get it correct, both will get the bonus. Here we go.
Here we go. This is in Star Wars Episode 4, later called A New Hope. And your question. Luke says his father didn't fight in the Clone Wars, but had been led to believe instead his father was a navigator on what type of ship?
A cargo freighter?
Good deep cut from the OG, the one that started it all. Hello there.
Well, they're going to have to earn it here. So we get to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Pens down, please. And Molly for the perfect round.
Spice Freighter.
Yes. And Andrew.
Spice Freighter.
Perfect for both. Perfect for both. So we're going to still play the exact same way that we have been playing. You guys will write on your whiteboard, and we have a bonus question. You're going to get 20 seconds for this bonus question. 20 seconds. So I will do the clock here myself. 20 seconds. In how many theatrically released films does Yoda make an appearance on screen? 20 seconds.
Try to do it here. Okay, now we got 15.
6. No.
It's the first time I've ever done this much counting.
7.
And 5, 4,
Physical
3,
appearance 7.
2, 1. Pens down, please. And we start with Andrew.
7.
Yes. Molly.
8.
Missed it. 7 is the correct answer. We're looking for Phantom Menace, Clones, Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith, Empire, Return of the Jedi, and Last Jedi. All right. Now, here we go. Okay.
That's it, baby. That's it for round number 1. And now we move on to round number 2, Chris. We're going to welcome the managers back in. The managers will get a chance to consult with their client/competitor before we get going, but I'll just go ahead and explain the rules of round number 2 as we see Magic Mollie Damon trailing Andrew the Hunter Dimalanta by 1 as we now enter the wheel round, the Wheel of Destiny, Fate, it's Star Wars. We'll call it Destiny. Each competitor gets a spin on the wheel. If you don't like your first spin, you are allowed to have a mulligan, which is golf, for respin. Once you settle on a category, you're going to be asked 5 questions from that corner of the Star Wars galaxy. Each question is worth 2 points. No penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing. No, there is stealing in round number 2. So if you miss a question, your opponent can steal the points. If you need help answering, just ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. Christian, to my knowledge, we still have all the JTE rules and the challenges intact. So I guess Andrew Dimalanta is going to have first spin. If he wants it, that's his decision.
Well, we're going to drop both Sam and Molly out for a moment here. We're going to give Gucci 60 seconds to talk to his competitor to decide what he wants to do, starting now.
First of all, bud, pinpoint accuracy, beautifully done. Just like we said, let's take care of business. You know what to do.
Yep. We're going to go first.
You're going to go first. All right. So Andrew is going to go first. We're going to drop out Gucci. Actually, no, keep Gucci in here. Yeah. And let's spin that wheel.
Let's go.
Here, spin.
Round and round it goes. I wonder if Mixed Bags is going to be a pop your way. Oh, shit. It's the movie.
Return of the Jedi. So, Andrew, you got a chance you get 60 seconds to discuss with Tom if you want to keep it or not, starting now.
AD?
Yep. We discussed it. Let's take it.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. So we're going to drop Gucci out and we're going to bring Mollie in. All right. So we're going to get 5 questions from Return of the Jedi. Andrew, are you ready?
Ready.
Here you go. First one. What is the code name of the Imperial shuttle the rebels used to land on the forest moon of Endor?
Tidarium.
No. Shuttle Tidarium. That's right. That's right.
Can you spell it?
I can't believe I forgot that.
Tydirin.
It's incorrect.
What?
Mollie?
How?
Should I write it down? Tidarium.
Tidarium.
I said Tidarium.
No, you did not. You said Tidarium. Tidarium. You're coming in. Gucci's coming in.
I said Tidarium.
Yes, he did. And first, yes.
Look at the tape.
He did not say Tidarium to start. You did not. That's why I asked you to spell it. You did not say.
Okay. Let me ask you something here, though. He should have at least got a whiteboard to spell it and think it out, rather than just off the top of his head with the spelling.
All right,
we didn't need the correct spelling start to finish. We just needed to know what he said because it's hard to distinguish N from M. And so when we asked him to spell it, he spelled it closing with an N, which is incorrect, instead of with an M, which is correct. That's
fair. But what I'm saying is you should have let him put it on a whiteboard, not just spell it in his head. I think that gives I don't know.
He still had an N in. It
doesn't make a difference. If he's looking at it differently, he might have put the M.
Okay. Do you want to challenge or no?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So we're gonna make a phone call here. We're gonna make a phone call.
Here comes a graphic.
We'll put you in a second.
Okay, well, you'd have to imagine that there's gonna be a challenge at some point, but I mean it's a fair challenge. It's a fair call by both Christian and Gucci. I mean, I can't argue with that, but I guess this is one of the disadvantages of doing this thing virtually as opposed to in the office. But then again, I mean, maybe in the office there is a possibility of hearing it incorrectly. I'm just checking to see if there are any more challenges. Apparently not. So this is going to be the only challenge in this match. And from the looks of things, this is a very long challenge. It's like 5 minutes long. Hold on, when did this thing start? Oh, there's the music. I hope I didn't have to speak the entire. I've always pronounced it Tidarium. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what Christian heard, but I guess Andrew said Tidarium and Christian just heard Tidarian. That does happen, but I don't know. It's tough to commentate on that. Oh, I really wish this challenge wasn't taking so long. I want to know what the answer is. And I believe that's his first.
And we're coming back
question.
here.
Oh, there we go.
From the challenge, Mark. Go ahead.
That's right. We were in hyperspace for a challenge, and a worthy challenge it was, because the question was, can we award the 2 points to Andrew Dimalanta because he said Tidirian? We asked for spelling for clarification. To get that last, did you say N or M? That is what the challenge and a correct answer hinged on. And unfortunately, Andrew Dimalanta said N is what he was going with to spell it, not M. It's just that close. It's unfortunate, but that's the way that this game works.
Yeah, it wasn't a spelling thing. It was just to make sure, because when he said it originally, that's why I asked him to spell it as opposed to, just outright saying no, because I wanted to make sure that I heard the N and he then spelled it with an N. So we're going to not be able to award him the 2 points on there. So we're going to move to the second question here. Second question, Andrew, here is your second question in Return of the Jedi. According to the Emperor, what does he tell Darth Vader will be Luke's undoing?
Luke's compassion.
That's correct. Next question, question number 3. What language does Bosch speak when negotiating with Jabba?
Ubiz.
Correct. 2 more points. And
Something different.
question number 4. During the attack on the main reactor of the Death Star, Lando told Wedge to go for the power regulator on what tower?
The North Tower.
Correct. And for your last question in Return of the Jedi, what is C-3PO's first line of dialogue in Return of the Jedi? 20 seconds for this one.
First line. Are you really sure?
Of course
about
I'm
this?
worried, and you should be too.
Okay.
That is,
I know Calrissian, and yeah.
that's correct. That's correct. 2 more points. So,
Wow.
Andrew
Christian,
Dimalanta, come back.
I got to say this. After such a tough ruling going against the Hunter to kick off his round number 2, the fact that he just mows down the next 4 questions, no need for multiple choice, that's one of the more impressive things I've ever seen in a live match.
That's absolutely right. Look, and again, it's a bummer of a call. I get it. I get the frustration, but it's to be able to come back as a competitor and hit that. And now our score, as we see it at the moment, is Andrew 19, Mollie 12, and here we go. We're going to now drop Andrew out, bring in Sam, and here we go. Okay, so Sam, you got 60 seconds to talk to Mollie here, starting now.
Before she spins the wheel.
Yeah, you can talk to her before.
Okay, cool. That sounds great. I'm so proud of you. I didn't get a chance to talk to you immediately after the first round, but you got a perfect round. The bonus question could have gone either way. I thought it was 21 movies because I have no idea, so you were way closer, if that helps with your confidence.
Yeah, Star Wars and math are...
Don't worry about it. But that was a huge, massive steal. It was just bad luck. And hey, sometimes the bad luck happens to you, happens against your opponent. That's just the way it happened today. So I'm thrilled that we capitalized on it. That is a huge steal. And you got this. I know you got this. So let's hit that wheel.
All right. So now we're going to get the wheel up there. Here is the first spin.
Spin is in. Big shout out to Askewed_1 for gifting us some subs. Thank you, Askewed.
A New Hope. Sam, 60 seconds here, starting now.
What are you thinking?
Not my first choice, so I'm going to respin.
Okay.
All right, here's the spin. Whatever we get here, we're going to take and bring Andrew back in.
Star Wars.
Phantom Menace.
All right.
Okay.
You got this.
All right, dropping Sam out,
Could be very good,
bringing
could be
Andrew
bad.
back in.
From all
All right, here we go. So we're going to get 5 questions here in the world of the Phantom Menace, Mark.
That's right, Christian. Camped out 3 weeks to see this movie. Saw The Mummy, just slept overnight. Okay, Mollie, each question's worth 2 points. If you need multiple choice, value of the question goes down to 1. In The Phantom Menace, why did Obi-Wan suggest landing the Naboo Royal Starship on Tatooine?
Because the Hutts aren't looking for the Queen. It's a long answer.
5, 4.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice it is. Is it A, it was protected by the Hutts? B, it was free from the Trade Federation? C, it was the nearest planet? D, it gave him a good feeling?
C, I think. It was a near enough planet.
Protected by the Hutts.
That is incorrect. Andrew Dimalanta, I'm going to give you your multiple choice options before you wager a guess. Was it A, it was protected by the Hutts, B, it was free from the Trade Federation, C, it was the nearest planet, or D, it gave him a good feeling?
It was the nearest planet.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah,
I can do that once, yes.
It won't, but that won't count because we're supposed to repeat it. Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
Why did Obi-Wan suggest landing the Naboo Royal Starship on Tatooine?
B?
B is correct. It's all about the Trade Federation. That's a huge 1-point steal for Andrew Dimalanta, Christian. 1
point. He gets one of those points back that he lost there against Mollie. So question number 2, Mark.
All right. This is in the world of the Phantom Menace for Mollie Damon. In the Phantom Menace, what model of hyperdrive generator was Qui-Gon looking for in order to repair the Nubian starship?
T-14.
Yes, it was, for 2 points.
2 more points. All right, Mark, question number 3.
All right, sticking with episode 1 and your question. What species is Darth Maul?
Zabrak.
He is Zabrak, the Dathomirian. That's the subspecies. Zabrak is correct for 2 more points.
2 more points. Question number 3.
I just thought he was a human with horns. All right. This is going to be question number 4.
Oh, excuse me.
How does Queen Amidala convince Boss Nass and the Gungans to help join in the Battle of Naboo?
She gets down on her knees and begs.
That is correct. She humbles herself. It's her, not the decoy. And that is 2 more points for Mollie.
All right, so Mollie has an opportunity to tie the game here if she gets this next question correct.
And it's our last one in round number 2 before we head on to round number 3. Mollie, in episode 1, The Phantom Menace, who tries to convince Amidala to vote against Chancellor Valorum?
– Palpatine.
Yeah,
that is correct for 2 more points. And Christian, we got a pretty good ball game going into the last round.
Good ball game, tie game here. Andrew was able to steal one of those points back that he lost, but we see ourselves with a tie game going into round number 3. Mark, 20-20. 20-20 as we get into the 3rd round. Here we go.
It's interesting that scoreboard's at 20 because we also have 20 categories in round number 3. We need a series of numbers from each competitor. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. We need 3 from each of you. You cannot pick the same numbers as your opponent. Each number corresponds to a different corner of movie, trivia, Schmoedown, know-how. Your first question is worth 2 points. Next one is worth 3 points. Last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 big points. Mollie still retains her challenge alongside her manager, Sam Levine. And both competitors, Christian, have a number of JTE rules remaining.
That's true. All right, so we're going to start here. We're going to first get Andrew Dimalanta is the higher ranked player here, so he'll have opportunity to give his 3 numbers first.
7, 11, and 18.
7, 11, 18 for Dimalanta, and for Mollie.
Good numbers.
6, 10, and 17.
All right, so Mollie's going to be going first. So Finstock, you have 60 seconds to talk to Andrew starting now.
Great recovery, my man. Well done. Big steal. Huge steal, actually. It's tied. Let's finish it off.
All right. So Sam Levine, 60 seconds to talk to Mollie starting now.
I'm literally going to say what he said. That was a huge steal by you in round 2 for 2 full points, not just 1 half point. So atta girl. You got this. You got all your JTEs. We have our challenge. Anything sounds weird to you or me, I'm going to throw that flag up. And this is it. It's a tie ball game, which we kind of assumed it would be going into this round. So let's do it.
All right. So here we go, guys. So we're going to start here with Mollie Damon, who chose category number 6. Thank you, Sam and Bobby Gucci. All right. So we're going to start here. Mollie, are you ready to go?
Yep.
All right. Here we go. So final round, round number 3. And we start with category 6, Mollie. And you chose the Star Wars Underworld. the Star Wars underworld. In Solo, a Star Wars story, Darth Maul tells Kira to meet him on which planet?
Dathomir.
Dathomir.
Dathomir is correct for 2 points. Molly takes a lead, and Andrew now, Mark, will get to category number 7. Category number 7.
That is correct. And Andrew, for your 2-point question to tie things back up, you chosen The Force Awakens. And your question: what actor plays Resistance pilot Snap Wexley?
Greg Grunberg.
Greg Grunberg.
Big Star Wars fan, probably watching right now. Hi, Greg.
That is correct. All right, so tie game again. And now Molly chose category number 10. Category number 10. Molly, Return of the Jedi is the next one. The Emperor tells Luke an entire legion of what awaits his friends on the forest moon of Endor?
His best men. An entire legion of my best men are waiting for them.
5, 4,
Repeat.
3. First one. The Emperor tells Luke an entire legion of what awaits his friends on the forest moon of Endor? Five, 4.
His best men.
Oh, looking for his best troops. Best troops. Incorrect. So we're going to bounce to Andrew, who will get his 3 to try to take the lead here. And Andrew chose category number 11, Mark.
That's right. He went 7-11 for obvious reasons. Andrew, if you get this one correct, you have a 3-point lead, and you're going to force Mollie Damon to hit her 5-point question. You have chosen the category of Who Said It? These are Star Wars quotes and quotables. And your query is: in Solo, a Star Wars story, which character said, "I don't like it, I don't agree with it, but I accept it"?
Hey, Lando!
Lando Calrissian.
Christian, Andrew Dimalanta has taken a 3-point lead, and now Mollie Damon has to hit her 5-pointer to stay in the match.
Mollie Damon has to hit this. If she hits it, she forces Andrew to hit his 5. However, if she misses it, Andrew Dimalanta will go to the finals to await either Laura Kelly or Andres Cabrera. Molly, you chose category 17 for your 5-pointer. Vehicles, weapons, and technology. Here you go. What is the name of the Nebulon B escort frigate that Luke gets his wounds tended to on following his fight with Vader in The Empire Strikes Back?
I don't know that.
The Liberty?
And your winner, advancing to the final, Andrew the Hunter Dimalanta. We were looking for redemption. Redemption was the name. Andrew Dimalanta takes the victory 25-22. Molly, gonna just remove you here for a second and bring in the Gooch as you look. Guys, obviously stressful situation there, but Dimalanta does it. Andrew, obviously second round was a little shaky for you and you got a little flustered. What was it afterwards, after the challenge was made and you didn't win the challenge? You stayed locked in and you stayed there. Was your head rattled at all? Were you able to lock in and continue?
For a second, but we talk about this all the time with, me and Gucci. It's like, don't get shaken if you miss something because, anything can happen. You have this conversation with competitors all the time. Anything can happen. People can miss at any point, obviously. So I was like, you know what, just whatever it happened, it was a small little hiccup in the game. Let's just move forward, keep answering the questions, keep focused on what I'm doing.
So Gucci, same thing, man. Obviously, you've been in this game for a while. You fought it, and I saw what you were doing there with the challenge there. You're trying to every which way to try to make sure to try to turn it your way. That's the way the game is played. I know, I get it. But either way, goes the other way. She gets the point. She gets the steal. And it was a back and forth. It was tied going into that last round, but he stayed locked in. Is this what you guys have been working on should this scenario had presented itself?
First of all, this tournament's going to make me drink a whole bottle of vodka. This has been the craziest tournament I've been involved in a long time. What a great tournament. First of all, Mollie played great. Gave us a run for our money, man. And, kudos to Sam, too, for getting in there and helping her out. We know that going forward in this tournament, even in this match, you miss one question, you could be finished. That's how good these people are. And kudos to Andrew for really, really bearing down and just keeping his composure. And that's kind of what we've been doing and what we've been kind of like teaching and putting in all the heads of the FinStack Exchange, members. And that's what he did here. Things are not going to go your way sometimes. Like I said, I had an issue with it. And like you said, I tried everything I could to get it overturned using some of Sam Levine's old tactics. But look, we're moving forward. We got big fish to fry here. We want this whole thing. That's it.
Yeah, so Andrew, I'm obviously announcing the match, but I'm also a fan and I'm invested in the competitors. So you get a perfect round one, you get the bonus question, and your face doesn't change. You have a heartbreaking challenge go against you. That's a 4-point swing you lost, and your face doesn't change. It's once you get to the final round and then you hear that you're the winner that it just all comes out. What place do you go to, my man, before a match like this? How are you able to keep all that in for 3 whole rounds?
It's just a lot of what we worked on, just staying calm. I actually I go back to my martial art days. I've long been out of practice, but that's something that I was taught. Just keep calm, keep focused, keep centered. Don't let your emotion get the best of you, and just try to stay at that level to keep your mind in the right place. So that actually helped me out a lot in the second round after I had that small, stupid mistake. And I'm glad it didn't cost me.
All right, look. So Andrew, right now, we're going to do a watch. We're going to do a Q&A with the fans in just a moment here. They can join at the $10 patron level. If you want to join the Q&A with both Gucci and Dimalanta, you are at the $10 Patreon level. We will be sending that out in just a moment to our $10 patrons. Now, going back to that bracket, as you see, you have now made it to the finals. Andrew the Hunter Dimalanta doing exactly what he said he was going to do to get to that finals. Now you await the winner of Laura Kelly versus Andres Cabrera. If you were going to ask the audience right now, they'd probably say Laura Kelly is the favorite. However, Andres Cabrera is the only Star Wars competitor in history to go 2-0. Do you think Andres Cabrera can get this done? And would you like to see him in the finals, or would you like another shot at Lights Out?
It's a tall task. I know personally how good Laura Kelly is, but everybody always keeps underestimating Ace. He could pull out an upset, and I said it about Mollie that don't underestimate her, because everybody's like, oh, Andrew's got this on lock, he's just going to breeze right through. It's like, no, don't sleep on Mollie Damon, because obviously look what happened today. But yeah, I do want to, if I face if I face Laura Kelly in the final, I would like to have redemption, because as far as I know, far as I say, that we're both 1-1. I was able to edge her out in Chicago. She beat me in our number 1 contender match. But I would love to play either one.
All right. Well, congratulations to both Gucci and Dimalanta. I don't know if we have the updated standings yet, but if we do, we'll show that in just a moment. There we do. So FinStack Exchange now picking up 3 more points and extending their lead by 9 points over Swag right now. 25-16 after those big 3 points by the Hunter. All right, guys, we're going to remove you here for just a moment. Congratulations once again. Now we're going to bring in both Mollie Damon and Sam. Sam, look, this is exactly what we said here. This was a hard-fought hard-fought match here, and Mollie put up a scrap, as we knew that she would. How you feeling about Mollie going into next season as a Star Wars competitor?
My confidence in her grows with every match, regardless of outcome. She is a tremendous player, and it's not like you guys asked her who played Han Solo in Star Wars. You are asking unbelievably difficult questions that only absolute top-level competitors can even muster a guess at an answer. So the fact that she does as well as she does in every Star Wars match she plays just makes me – I feel so good about her as a competitor. I'm so honored to have her playing with the usual suspects. And, this absolutely could have gone either way. And I'm bummed that we didn't get to see him handle his 3 or 5 pointer. They might have been as difficult, maybe more difficult, who knows? But I'm thrilled with the way Mollie played. Make no bones about it.
As am I, and this is what people don't understand. And look, this is the one thing that I love about how passionate Schmoedown fans are. After speaking to both Mark and PJ, I'm 100% confident and love the call that we made. So to let you know, this is the Star Wars division. You need to be on pinpoint accuracy because of the tournament. So he got the wrong answer. That is what happened. We made the call. Happy with the goal. I'm tired of it, Mark. And it's like, but I also appreciate that this is the whole point of it, the conversation. But Mollie stole the points. Mollie, you put up a great fight here too, scrapping toe to toe with Dimalanta. How are you feeling about the match here today?
I feel really good, honestly. Yeah.
Mollie, I can tell you from experience that a Coors Light is just as good after a loss as a win. So you're good luck there. And actually, your manager has free Coors Lights that he gives out to his friends. So you might want to ask him about that. I want to ask you, just because now you kind of decompress and you sit back with the rest of us fans and watch the finals of this tournament. Who do you have as Andrew Dimalanta's opponent? Do you think Laura Kelly is going to advance, or do you think Andres Ace Cabrera is going to take it?
I don't know, man. Ace has really been stepping up his game, but, Andrew and Laura, to me, are just both so hungry for this, and they want it so bad that, like, if it comes down to him playing Laura, we could be here for a while.
Yeah, that's what a tournament we've had so far. And Mollie, thank you so much. It was good to have you back. I'm glad that you came back. And so I guess that's the question is, we're definitely going to see you next year, right? I mean, I know that. Yeah. Okay. So I'm very excited to have you back. And Sam, I have to ask you before you leave here too. Yeah. Inner Geekdom, obviously. Both Janine and Jen Kemp fought really, really hard. They unfortunately, usual suspects, not in any tournaments at the moment. We have the singles tournament right around the corner. Ethan Irwin playing John Roca, which will be our first big kind of pay-per-view event that we're going to have after the Inner Geekdom tournament. How do you feel about your the usual suspects' chances kind of going into this thing?
I feel damn good about the usual suspects' chances going into that singles tournament. I think not to. That's where our strength is for the rest of the year. Right now, it's going to be focused on non-genre specific movie trivia because, well, we really have no choice. We're out of the Star Wars and the Inner Geekdom tournament, and so that's it, man. It's all in the singles and teams if that ever happens.
Well, Sam, again, great match here today. Mollie, really happy to have you back in, and we'll see you next season. Same thing, Sam. See you in that tournament. We'll see you in that Ethan Irwin Roca match coming up right around the corner.
Yes, you will. And again, Mollie, you played like a champion today.
Absolutely.
I'm proud of you.
All right. Thank you, guys. I'm going to put you out there for a second. And, once again, Mark, just making it clear, going back to that thing for the last time, and I'm sure we'll bring it up in the Q&A. But as you said, spelling had nothing to do with that. Spelling had nothing to do with whether the reason why he got it wrong. It was to determine of what answer he was giving. So we're almost like, oh, spelling doesn't normally count if it's in the same area. It was just different.
No, it's a different name. Look, people don't go around calling me Narc. At least I would hope they don't, although maybe some of the neighborhood kids do.
Ellis.
Mark and Narc are two different, just like Shuttle Tidarium and Shuttle Tidarian would be two different things. And Christian, as we look at the landscape of what we're faced with now, we have Andrew the Hunter Dimalanta. He got to see his name in bigger font than anybody else so far in this tournament because now he awaits the winner of Kelly versus Cabrera. What a match that is going to be. We get to see it not too long from now. We get to see it in a week with so many great fans contributing. I do want to give a shout out. I'm not usually a big fan of damp food, but soggy mini muffins. Look, I know you have biological inaccurate information about my dog, but you did gift us a lot of subs on this Twitch screen. So thank you for that. We appreciate all the support from all the great fans here today.
All right. So once again, everybody, the match is set. It is going to be Andrew the Hunter Dimalanta awaiting the victor of Laura Kelly and Andres Ace Cabrera. That happens next week, same time here, Wednesday, 3 p.m. And we're going to also let everybody know that we're already starting to let people in to the chat room, patrons only. So, and what I also let the patrons know, if you are part of if you get a question in, as soon as you're done, please drop out so we can let more people in too. And even though I love the great Sam Levine, if he would be so kind to drop out, and you just did. Okay.
Hey, but if Sam wants some diehard knowledge, I'm your white knight, Hans.
I'll jump. I meant okay.
All right, hold on a second. All right, so here we go. So we have Andrew, we have Gooch.
Okay, so I'm gonna drop out of the match myself. Well, I mean, like I said, it was hard not to say Andrew Dimalanta, but you know, it was such a close match. Even with the challenge that didn't go Andrew's way, he still won. So, I mean, nothing bad to say about Mollie Damon. She played tremendously. She was incredible in this game. It's just she had a rough couple of questions in the final round, the third round, and yeah, that's just the way that the game goes. Sometimes, just like Sam Levine just said, sometimes you have bad luck pointed towards you, and sometimes it's pointed towards your opponent, and that's more or less what happened to Mollie Damon on this match. Now, I'm gonna take another break. Then later today, towards right before I go to sleep, I'm gonna watch the Eric Zipper and Emily the Rose Jacobson match. Almost blanked out on her name for a second there. I'm gonna watch that match before I go to sleep. Probably upload it tomorrow, and also tomorrow I'm going to watch the Paul Oyama versus Chance Ellison match, which I'm very, very excited to see. But again, it's going to have to be tomorrow because it's probably going to debut on YouTube today at an hour that I can be awake to see it because of different time zones. So that's my schedule for now. Until that point, I really enjoyed this match. What about you guys? Let me know, and I'll see you guys on my next Schmoedown match, which will probably be uploaded tomorrow. See you then. Hello again, everybody. I really hope you enjoyed this video, because I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.